What's up, everybody? I'm going to be making a video on my 1992 scag zero turn. I think it also goes by STZ, and it's the very first it's the very first sit on zero turn that scag ever made, and this is their commercial model. They made another one which was, I don't know what it was called, it might have been called a Tiger, but they made another one where it had a lower center of gravity, and I think it had a different, maybe it had a different motor, I don't know, but this right here is a classic, obviously. It's very rare to find these and to find any videos on them, so I guess I'll be the only one making videos on it. I'm on the fence whether I want to sell it, but it's going to have to be for a decent price because you're not going to find a speck of rust on this thing. Whoever had this before me took very good care of it. Things that I like the most about this is there's grease fittings literally fucking everywhere, which I haven't personally gotten to because I had to do some maintenance on this thing. I had to fix a lot of things and I wasn't able to do it right away. I've had this mower for probably 3 months and I've only really just now gotten it to where you can use it now, and that's only because I've been busy and I have other projects that were more important at the time. But I love the fact that there's literally grease fittings everywhere. Even you can find some underneath this shit, underneath all these pulleys. I'm pretty sure you can grease them. Anything that has any movement, anything that pivots, has a grease fitting on it. There's one back here, one up here. This whole front end floats. Alright, the back of this thing is solid. The whole front end, the deck and everything, they all move, so you can be at a very awkward angle and that deck's going to be level, which I think is awesome. So these are the reasons why I want to keep it, because it's obviously well built. I mean, the frame of my truck isn't even this thick. And that's a half-ton full-size pickup truck. It has thicker metal than the frame on that truck. So, a sweet little mower. Well, not little. I don't know how much this thing weighs, but it's got to be 600 to 700 pounds. So, at one point, I think that hydraulic pump was replaced. They both work. They do a great job. This engine was replaced, and some might not like that it's not the original motor, but if anybody knows about these Britten Stratton's turbo cooled motors, then you know that that's even more reliable than the cooler that was on it. Very simple to work on, very easy to maintenance. The carburetor is very easy to work on, easy to maintenance, simple, it just works. There's no oil filter on it, but you know, particularly on this model, you have this in this setup that we have here, you have to suck all the oil out of here, out of the dipstick, because until I get like a hose or something that attaches there, if I were to do it the right way or the way it's supposed to be, oil would just get all over the belt and shit, and we don't want that. And all this oil residue that you do see here is from just literally this oil from the engine. A little bit, there might be a slight leak on the hydraulic there, but that's fine. Inside of the tank there is a little bit of surface rust from it being empty at one point, just being left outside or something. It has three blades on the front, but you should know that. I think this is like a 60-inch deck. Might be slightly smaller than that. But here in a second, I'm going to make a video of it running. And I'm going to fire this thing up. So actually, I'll fire it up here. Got this thing recording. Kind of complicated. Running, got the belt on. See, that's the one thing that's kind of old school, and that kind of sucks, is having to lift that thing up to start it up and then engage the hydraulics, but it is what it is. I try my best to record this. So sorry if this becomes a long video, but I like to be thorough. Obviously, trying to record here, I'm not doing a really nice job at cutting the grass, but that's no fault of the machine itself. It's literally all me. But it cuts clean, cuts smooth, cuts level, all because the whole front end floats, and that deck as well. So I love that about this machine. Is the deck. I mean, I'm sure this is probably all zero turns, but I don't. This is my first zero turn is this thing. But definitely not disappointed. It's built like how they all should be built. I mean, heavy duty. I mean, it's not just gonna go anywhere. Thing's fucking solid. But like I was saying, everything floats. This fucking is separate from the frame, and the frame's separate from where your feet go, and it all just kind of fucking floats around any bumps or any slight hill. I can't imagine this thing climbing steep hills and going down steep hills very well, so that's why I might be interested in selling it, because I'd rather have like a heavy duty tractor. So, but for now, I'm definitely gonna hold on to it. somebody offers me a decent price or has something good to trade, I might be interested in that. But it has a better, more reliable motor. It's solid. There's no rust. Everything is here. It ain't leaking nothing. I just need to go over and grease every fitting, which there's got to be at least fucking 50 fittings to grease. So I had to go get a tube. So fresh tires, decent blades, no rust, nothing's broken, it all works. It goes fast, it cuts grass. I mean, what else can you ask? And that seat needs replaced, but I mean, that's the original seat. And shout out to Scag. I mean, think about this, 1992, and that's all we got right there is a tear in the seat. I don't like sitting on it because it's fucking full of water, and I'm sure there's something living in there. So I've been putting this fucking pad down. But 1992, it's older than me. This motherfucker's solid. It's a damn shame there's no information, like there's no videos on it. So I'm literally the first one to make one, so has a little hitch there. So to start this thing up, there's a process here. You gotta hold down this button, which luckily it's broken in. You can almost just kind of let this thing rest on it and it works. Then you gotta pull this up, and then you gotta crank it over, and then slowly let this down. And what this does, it disengages the belts to the hydraulics, so that way you're not starting the engine and trying to power through the hydraulics. So that's kind of neat how they did that. And then it's all mechanical, which is honestly better for reliability. But to engage the blades, you know, just crank that motherfucker forward. Blades are engaged. Solid piece of equipment here, man. I'm definitely excited to go use it. I'm gonna do a little bit of maintenance to it, an oil change, grease everything, make sure those blades are sharp. I like my blades like razor sharp. And then see how that oil is looking right now. Nasty. I gotta wipe it off, but there's oil in it. I don't think it's had an oil change in a while because it's not, like I said, you gotta suck it out. So, but yeah, I recently did the carburetor. That thing's clean. You ain't gotta worry about that. That's why it's running so smooth. And that's why I haven't used it in a while, because I knew I had to rip that thing apart. Plus, I needed to replace one of the belts on the hydraulics. So, but that's what we have here. Good luck trying to find a video on this. So, you're welcome for making it this long. And thanks for watching. That's how many hours it got. I mean, it's been around since '92. That's probably on the body though. That engine probably has a little bit less. So, alright. I think it's been long enough.